Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Stablebucks podcast. I am joined by the most beautiful Katarina Disco Lord, also known as Eve, also known as
Yay.
Evie Weevy Poos. Say hi.
Evie Weevy Poos.
Evie Weevy Poos!
Hi guys.
So Evie
Weevy Poos.
Evie Weevy Poos, what are we discussing today?
Today, we're going to talk about old Star Stable versus new Star Stable, which, am I wrong to say it, is the most controversial thing in the Star Stable community.
Oh, it's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic.
People get a little bit mad about it in this Instagram comment sections.
Just a little.
Just a little bit mad. And global. And everywhere. Facebook.
Discord. The SSO
TikTok.
Embassy. Shout out.
TikTok.
Oh no.
TikTok, it's bad.
TikTok is actually bad.
But yeah, we're going to talk about old Star Stable, new Star Stable, like what we think old Star Stable is to us, what it means to us, what new Star Stable is to us, and I think we're qualified as well.
No, we're definitely qualified. We are veterans. Eve, when did you start playing?
2013. I have a decade of experience.
Me too. October 2013. The
Okay,
week
bit
that the
later.
bridge to Harvest Counties was opened. I was
Oh,
there. I opened
what
that
time?
Star Stable website, and the first thing I saw was that builder staring me down.
Welcome to the Harvest Counties.
Welcome to the Harvest Counties. And I said, hold on, let me click install.
Let me get this 3 days of Freestyle Rider.
Yeah, let me get in on that.
Oh, I don't know I think it was just around Christmas. I remember like my sister who, oh my gosh, she was like 6, and me and her on like this old PC, like riding around Jarlheim on Santa's sleigh. What was the quest? What did you have to do? What was the point of it?
I actually don't even remember.
I don't even remember.
That's quite
But
bad.
that's when I started.
See, it was so long ago that we can't remember, because
We don't
with that,
remember.
we're veterans to that degree.
Exactly. That's how in tune we are with the game. We don't even remember.
It isn't looking good.
What?
I don't remember. Oh well. Shall
No,
we
I
begin?
remember enough. No, it's like, you know, like old war veterans, like they don't remember.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we've been through so much.
We've been through so much. So much club beef.
That's
So
true.
much
Actually.
Cupcake Valley drama.
Drama Valley.
Yeah, that's what we've been through. So, I think we should start with Old Star Stable.
We should start with Old Star Stable. Eve, what does Old Star Stable mean to you?
Old Star Stable to me, it surprisingly isn't 2013. It's 2015 and 16. That's when I actually remember what was happening. And I'd done like most of the quests by this point. I was like level 15, which was like one of the highest levels back then. Like that was the level to be in 2015.
I remember being like stuck at level 13 and like seeing a level 15 and being like, oh my goodness gracious.
I was level 15 on my Andalusian, like I was going crazy.
Oh.
You know, with those like trousers, like the black and white comic book inspired trousers. I had those on. I had that bomber jacket.
You had that shit on.
I had that shit on. And, you know, I remember like grinding for my rep at the garden. But I never did it because what I was actually doing was trying to make a popular club. Because I don't know how it was on other servers, but it was a massive, like, it was a brawl in the UK for people to be in one of the top 3 clubs.
No, this is true.
There were Red Hawks, Frosty
Shout
Roses.
I was never in that one, so no shout out.
The Enigmas. Yeah, I was not in Frosty
Shout
Roses
out,
or the
shout
Enigmas.
out.
But shout out the Enigmas because we know the old owners. That's okay. But Red Hawks, I was in Red Hawks. And I remember lying about my age so I could join.
See, my problem was I never lied. So that, like,
Did
that's
you
why.
not?
No, I never lied, so I didn't get in for ages because obviously I'm 12. Who's letting me in?
Lied.
And then I only got in because my friend was in. And then I think I lasted about a week. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was only there for a few months, but I remember I got kicked because of inactivity.
Yeah.
But I remember like old Star Stable. I don't know if it was the same for you, but I just every summer school would break up. I'd be like, it's Star Stable time. I'd get on. That's all I'd do for the whole summer. And I remember listening to like Now That's What I Call Music 84.
Stop!
And like listening to those songs like on repeat.
Oh my god.
On my little iPod Touch, on my little computer.
I wish I still had my oldest Spotify account because that has all my stars. Like that has the Champs playlist.
Oh god.
I specifically remember I had to pirate Taylor Swift's music for it because don't you remember like when she got rid of all her music on streaming platforms? And I was just like, you've ruined Moreland Champs. I now need to pirate this.
What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna listen to?
If I can't listen to Blank Space as I'm grinding Moreland Championships, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
This wasn't even that long ago because I was like 14. It was 2018, and in the summer, and I would like restart the song. I was listening to like Rex Orange County, like Tyler the Creator. 2018, I was like, right, quick, replay the song to the start. Exactly as the championship starts, so I like listen to the entirety of the song as the champ is happening. Yeah.
That's so funny. Do you know the one song I weirdly associate most with Star Stable because I have such a vivid memory of.
You're not gonna say Angel with a Shotgun, are you?
No. It's the most random one. It's like it's this random memory of me like walking through the old Silverglade village. To just like, I think I was going to my mailbox, I don't know, but I was listening to my Spotify playlist and it was just that song that goes, am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? I don't know why.
No,
that was such a vivid memory.
That was on mine as well, but that was like the biggest song here in 2015. It was like number one for like so many weeks.
I guess that makes sense. I'm just like, I don't know why it was that song.
That's so real. Running errands and Star Stable listening to that.
Yeah.
That's so.
Oh my god, and another one. So we're so off topic already.
God.
But the other main one. Oh my god. Which I can't even remember how it goes anymore.
For me, it was. Okay, it was the one where it goes with you in the middle.
Oh yeah.
That one. That was a banger. That was on repeat.
Yeah, there were a lot of bangers.
That was 2016 for me though. And 2016, like, I would be, trying to make a popular club with my friends. We were all off school and we were like, you know what? We're gonna get those advertisements in Global rolling.
Yeah.
They were gonna be going on. And Epona coming out the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was hooked. That was like October, November. I ran home from school that day with my friend. We both ran home and we went to mine and she brought her laptop to mine. I had a PC. I was like
Alright.
I was like that. But she ran home with her laptop, we got on and we like waited, like we did the quest, with Herman, like going through the mountains.
Yep.
The day, and I had to put so many people on ignore so I could actually click on the people that had the quests.
Yeah.
That's old Star Stable, putting people on ignore. So you can actually click on the quest icons.
My laptop was like working overtime. It was
really about to take off.
I've just remembered the other song that was like peak, like I don't know what year it would have been, probably 2016, 2017. The one with Zara Larsson where it's like, I will never forget you.
Oh
you
my
will
God.
always be by my side. I used to come home.
I thought you were gonna say Lush Life.
No, because I was like emos. I'd come home after school, like I'd spent the entire day just like thinking about my random crush of the week, and I'd come back on Star Stable, grind like Moreland Champs while just like listening to that song and being like, oh my god, this is like so my life. Like this is me and my crush.
Stop it.
I was such a
me and my crush.
Me and my
as no Moreland Champs.
Yeah, that's genuinely what my childhood was.
I did not tell anyone I played Star Stable. No one knew.
I think I might have done, but
now I'm loud and proud.
Oh, we are loud and proud. At
Hashtag
university, no less.
Hashtag ride with us.
Hashtag
I'm
ride
loud
with
and
us.
proud. Stop.
Let us reclaim horse girl. Redefine horse girl.
No.
That was so bad.
That was a time.
We should have a whole episode just on that, actually.
I think we should.
Because I'm not letting them forget.
Killer idea, Zoe. That's crazy.
I'm full of them.
We're using that.
Yeah.
But I'm proud about it now, but back then, no one could know.
Yeah,
no one could
no.
know.
Actually, no, people did know because I would literally kick people off the library computer so I could check the news. I'd be like, get away from me. I need to check something.
No, I have my little iPhone 6S in rose gold.
Because
I
that's
got
actually...
that for Christmas 2015. I was ready. I was checking that.
Yeah.
On my phone.
Well, as you should.
Sorry to the library computers.
Yeah, they were awful anyway.
Yeah, they are. But
yeah.
I just loved being a child and playing Star Stable, like especially like year 7, year 8. Like it just felt like such a weird time because you moved into like this massive school.
Yeah, it's very like it's a transitional period.
And everyone else that was playing the game, they all were going through that exact same thing.
And I think a lot of it for me because I was very young on there, but a lot of my friends, like, obviously they're still young in the grand scheme of things, they're like 15, 14, but to a 12-year-old, that is so old. So like, if I had like a bad day on Star Stable, or not on Star Stable, in school, sorry, and I come home and I hop on Star Stable and my like older friend is online and I say, like, they felt like, I don't know, like a mentor,
older sister.
you know? Yeah, like an older sister.
I know what you mean.
I was always the baby in like every club, I guess, so maybe that's just unique to me, but
I always I've always been a club owner. I'm sorry.
You have.
I think like I have.
Baby, you own businesses.
Stop. Because I used to own clubs. Like every summer, I'd be like, right, this is the year. I'm making it big. The only year I've actually had a big club was last year, but that's okay.
Well, you got there. Never give up.
Does 2018 count? You were there.
Yeah, 2018 Fairy Force was crazy, actually.
That's true. We were quite big. We had some characters, but it was big. But I just like that is old Star Stable to me.
No, it is.
Like,
old Star Stable to me is just defined by the clubs, really. I wonder if that is server specific though. Because for us it would be country specific because Cupcake Valley was the only one for a while, like during that time. So all my British girlies rise up. But I wonder if it was to that degree on like the American servers and like European as well.
I feel like it might have been for the American servers because I always remember like the biggest clubs over there.
Oh my god, do you want to know what else old Star Stable is to me? Thinking of American servers because all the baddies were on there. The like long form like video edits to like the whole song and like the movies and everything.
I used to do that.
Where is this energy now? Like the MEPs? Trust I was joining those MEPs.
I used to watch the movies. I used to watch like Star Stable roleplay. Oh, I used to roleplay.
Oh, yeah, of course you did.
I used to roleplay. Okay. No, I would roleplay. If someone was like, oh, let's do a massive roleplay, I'd be like, okay, count me in.
Okay,
that'll
sure.
be fun.
I'm laughing.
Like, the game, it's just a good game for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You could do whatever you want. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything to do with horses if you don't want to.
Exactly. I feel like we should talk about the quests.
Yes. Well, like the old quests.
Yeah, or like how the quests were when we were young.
Yeah.
Or in old Star Stable, quote unquote.
I have a hot take in the Star Stable community because, baby Zoe, she did not care for those quests, I'm gonna be honest. Like, that's why I was stuck at like level 13 for so long and looking up at the level 15s like, oh my god, they're crazy. Because I just didn't care. Like, Star Stable, I mean, I did care, like, I found it interesting, but as soon as you hit me with any kind of reputation, I was not gonna do that. I didn't care that much. So, like, because to me, Star Stable was just like hanging out. Like, I didn't care. If it didn't stop me from hanging out with Tyra Highfall at Steve's in 2014, 2015, I didn't care.
Yeah.
So I think I have a bit of a different opinion on that because the general consensus is that the quests were the best part. And like looking back, I think probably they probably were.
They were.
But child me did not care for them. She's gonna be honest with you.
I guess we can cover both sides of the spectrum because
yeah,
I was a quester. I still am.
This is the fastest quester I know. She gets down.
She don't play.
She don't play.
I don't play about quests.
No.
I used to do all of them. Like, I used to run home from school, even for like the most normal quest.
Yeah.
Like,
you were so excited for that when the horse market came back and you got 5 XP for like collecting those horses.
stop. The thing is, I never did the horse market because it got repetitive, and
it was very boring.
I just enjoyed quests because I liked to see the story progress,
Yeah.
and I feel like we'll get onto that when we talk about New Star Stable, and I feel like that's a little bit different now, but there's a reason for that. But obviously when we were playing back then, there were quests laid out in a certain order that you had to do to get to the next one.
Yeah.
And I would have the most fun, like, trying to, like, look at my quest log and trying to figure out which quest would lead me to the next story quest.
Yeah.
And I used to have, like, it used to excite me so much when I saw that little message that popped up with the orange cat on the saddle.
Ooh.
And it would be like, this is the end of the story for now. Keep an eye on the Star Stable news page. I would be so excited. I'd be like, oh my god, I finished it.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to do all my other quests. I'd have to go and do my archaeology.
Oh god.
But that'll be fun. I've still not done the archaeology, like, what, 7 years later?
I only started this year, so...
I'm gonna have to start. But, you know, that's what I could have done. But I went and did the fishing, because I did enjoy the fishing.
Oh, I hated fishing.
No, I liked it.
Everything
I finished
like
that in like 2017. That was done.
Oh my god, everything like that I only started and finished this year.
Oh, okay. No, the ones that I haven't done are like, actually just the archaeology. I've done everything else. But
I mean, that's fine.
and Farah, her workshop.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
even
who cares? Who cares?
Honestly, who's doing that?
Well, I did, but I didn't have fun.
What, for 20 XP in total? Like,
yeah, 20 XP! It was crazy.
I can't. But yeah, the quests were a big part of Old Star Stable for me because I just enjoyed it so much. And there were some quests that aren't in the game anymore. And to me, like, I felt like I was actually helping the NPCs. Like, I felt like I had an actual part in it.
You
like,
had an impact.
The Soul Riders, like, I was actually helping them. Like, they were grateful for me. And I don't know if that's, like, you know, like, childlike wonder or whatever.
Maybe.
Because I felt like I was, like, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like, you know, I'd come home from school, I'd go and help the NPCs on Star Stable. And some of those quests have been taken out, which I'm a bit upset about. Like, obviously, you know, as old players, we've all created an account to go back and play.
Yeah.
Like, because we're old now, like, we have jobs, we have an income.
Mm-hmm.
We have gone back and we have bought Star Rider for a new account. I have. I'm sure, like, everyone has.
Yeah.
But there's not this one quest. You know that quest where you have to help, you know, Mary?
Yeah.
Who's on the way to Fort Pinter?
Yeah.
She has a crush. No, Lance from Silverglade Village has a crush on her.
Yeah.
And you have to help them get together.
Yeah, that's cute.
That was such a fun quest.
That's like a fun, like, slice of life moment.
Yeah, and do you know what's cute? He's moved out of Silverglade Village and now he's at Starshine Ranch and she's at Starshine Ranch. Like, I saw that and I was like, they remember. They took it out, but they remember. They know what was up. They knew what was up.
They know what they did.
They know what they did. So they put them together. That's good for me because I'm like, okay, they've like got that attention to detail.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed as well, like, in the more recent quests, in the last, like, year or so, there are little, like, references to old things or, like, little details that I feel a lot of people, they don't pick up on, and I don't blame them because I wouldn't, because, like, as a child, I didn't care about the quest, so I don't actually remember anything. Obviously, luckily, now in this day and age, like, people have done, like, story recaps and everything, so I know the story now, but I feel a lot of people don't even really look at the story recap, so they don't get the little, like, references and, like, little oh my god moments I've had in the last year or so. Because the writing has genuinely gotten better.
It has. I think this is a good segue onto like New Star Stable.
This is true.
Because I think the writing has genuinely got better. Even if there is that part of me that's like, oh, old Star Stable, doing the quests when they were all new. I'd never done them before. And it was like a totally new game. Yeah. Obviously, like, there is that place. And I think about it with, like, you know, I'd say rose-tinted glasses because it wasn't a good game. The writing was not good.
No,
and
the gameplay,
I will be so honest when
honestly,
I say that.
was not good.
It was just not a good game. And I remember, like, when I eventually did tell, like, people I was, like, close friends with at school, like, oh, like, I do play this game called Star Stable. Like, oh, I see ads for that on, like, the side. Like, you know, when, like, you're shopping.
Games.co.uk.
Yeah, on, like, random websites. And there'd just be, like, a Star Stable ad. And it looked terrible.
It did look
And it
bad.
did, I remember that.
Yeah.
And no one would play it now. If that game was advertised to and they had no idea what Star Stable was, maybe I'd play it. But I would be like, I can't do this.
No, I can't.
Not games like Baldur's Gate out. Like, we can't do that. Like, they are the games that we play now. And it has actually, like, got better. And I do love New Star Stable.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you want to tell us what New Star Stable means to you then? And then we can compare and discuss.
We're flipping it round.
We're flipping it round.
Well, I still have friends that play because all of, like, the people who played Star Stable back in the day, you know, we've all come together. And we're all in Fairy Force. We're all in a club.
Yeah. I feel we are very lucky in that respect, I think.
We're very lucky.
And
I
like,
think
we're very lucky as well that, like, the people that we were friends with when we were younger, we still click to this day. Because a lot of the times you'd find someone who maybe you played with a little bit when you were younger, but you talk in, like, you've gone, like, completely different life paths. Like, you have different personalities now. Like, not that you hate each other, but it's just like, oh, okay, we're not, like, BFFs. So it's like, Fairy Force, I don't know how this happened, but we all seem to have the exact same niche humour and everything.
It's like 30 of us.
Yeah.
And we like, all get each other.
And, like, what are the chances of, like, me and Neve, after all these years, both, like, loving the exact same K-pop group? Like, obviously, if it was BTS, I wouldn't be as surprised, but, like, with NCT Dream, like, what's up with that? That's insane, to be honest.
I just think, like, obviously we're lucky, and I feel like that is why a lot of people aren't so fond of New Star Stable, because they don't have, you know, that, like, bond, I guess, with their friends on the game.
I agree, because I can say as someone that, like, on the Star Stable Reddit, you'll always see these little posts of, like, I'm looking for 18 plus players, because, like, people want to come back to Star Stable, probably because of that nostalgia, and they just, like, want to see what's going on, and they want to experience that feeling again. But obviously, when you log on, and there's not a single soul that you know, and you can't even go in global and just say, like, back in the old days, like, you'd literally just go in global and be like, hi global, who wants to be friends? And you would quite literally make friends through that. You can't do that now, because you'll be put on a watch list, because you're 18. So
exactly,
these people, and, like, I myself included, I did this for like a year before that one fateful day where Fairy Force all seemingly came online. But, like, you go on to usually Reddit and you'll just say, like, are there any 18 plus players, any, like, 18 plus Discord servers, anything, because you're just trying so hard to find at least someone to experience Star Stable with, because I think one of Star Stable's biggest flaws, but it's also its biggest, like, positive attribute, I think, it goes either way, is that it has to be a shared experience, I think, for you to really enjoy it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's an MMO. So obviously, if you're alone 24/7 on an MMO, you're not gonna have the best time you could possibly have. But yeah, and even if you find those people through those posts or through Discord servers, like, you're not necessarily going to click just because you're both adults. And also, a lot of people, I think, like, older players, there's still that gap where there's people who are, like, still 16 to 18 and then 18 plus. And, like, me personally, I mean, I'm 21 now. That's really sad and tragic. But even when I was, like, freshly 18, 19 looking for people on Star Stable, like, I still couldn't really be friends with like 16-year-olds, not gonna lie.
Yeah. And when Fairy Force was, well, it came back into action last year.
Yeah.
No, it was 16 plus, but it becomes very apparent that there is a massive
gap.
There is a huge gap between, you know, even 18-year-olds and like 19, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, you can be 18, but you could still be doing A levels. You've not actually like come out of the town that you grew up in.
Yeah.
Or the place that you grew up in. And
Exactly.
I think that really is like a massive defining moment.
No, it is.
Or like you've not really had the time to, you know, reflect on your actual life.
Yeah.
Like you're still safe.
Well, it's
you
like,
know, you've got your parents, or like you're still with people that you've grown up with.
Exactly. Yeah, because especially for me, like when I was 16, like, oh my god, like I'm a completely different person. But it was because like obviously I went up to sixth form or college or whatever you want to call it. What even is it from America? They're still in high school. I wonder if it's different over there, because they're still in high school over there. But for us, like for me, when I was 16, like I'd gone up to sixth form. I thought I was like the bomb for no reason other than it was like the first time I'd been anywhere but high school. But the thing with that is it's still like close knit, and I was still in my town with the same people. It was so cliquey. So I did not mature whatsoever. If anything, I devolved in sixth form. But after the first year of university, like getting out and really having to be independent, like that's changed my personality a lot for the better. And I don't mean to be one of those that's like, you have to go to university to like be a good normal person, because obviously no, and like people don't have that opportunity all the time. But I'm just saying,
it just comes with like leaving school.
Yeah, leaving school for like, because some people just go full-time jobs or part-time jobs.
Yeah, like
or whatever.
straight after like GCSEs. If they go into like an apprenticeship, I think that is going to mature you.
Exactly.
And I have met people on the game who are like 17, 18, who did not do A levels or they did not go to a college, who are very mature because they went straight into working.
Yeah.
That sounds very like capitalist.
We're
like you don't get an identity until you get a job.
Yeah,
but,
we don't
like, you know
mean it like
mean?
that, but it's just like, I do think it's a key reason why even when I was like 18, I just still couldn't click with 16-year-olds or anything, even though we are both considered older players, like mature players on the game. I still couldn't find peace in those communities, really.
Yeah, and New Star Stable for me is very about like experiencing the game again with people the same age as me or older, because you know we've had people in the club that are like, they have children.
Yeah.
They have 2 children. They are like
they are with child.
Yeah, they are with child. They have children. They're like over the age of 25.
Yeah.
Like they're living life, but they get to experience it with people who experienced it at the same time as them when they were actually young.
Yeah, and there's also like a range of people in our club. Obviously most of us are at university, but like there are people who just have like full-time jobs or whatever.
Yeah,
so everyone
left
has
university,
like,
they've done that.
Yeah. And so there's like diversity there, and you can connect in different ways. And also like if you're all just at school, you're all playing the exact same hours of the day for Star Stable because you have the exact same free time. Whereas like for us, I feel like it's so loosey-goosey now in a good way, because like I might just have a random Tuesday off uni. Eve also has Tuesday off uni. Let's play for a little bit. It kind of diversifies it a bit, and you don't just feel kind of stuck to a routine talking to the same people. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does, and like there'll be a day where like we're all free.
Yeah.
On like a Friday at like 9 o'clock at night.
Well, the best is when we have a Wednesday off, and it's a good up day. Do you have this coming Wednesday off?
I do.
I should, because I always have Wednesdays off, but they've scheduled me in like a scale up session, and I'm like, go away! It's Christmas on Star Stable.
It's the Star Stable Christmas.
You don't get it. I can't come in.
That's the thing,
so
though.
Bad.
But it makes me so excited to play.
Yeah.
And the fact that with like events, because I know Star Stable said in their blog that events are the updates that get old players back.
Yeah, they did.
I think it's because of like the limited items and stuff, because
100%.
I want the clothes, I want the horses.
Exactly.
You know, oh, I need to cough.
Ooh.
No, it's gone. Because, like, you know, the limited stuff, like, I've had star coins saved up all year. Because, like, I don't play that much, except for at Christmas. And then, you know, I just buy the things then.
Yeah.
And I also have, like, loads of clothes in the game, so it's not like I'm spending my star coins on anything else.
No,
but
I treat Star Stable as a
Christmas,
fashion game.
I do as well. It is, actually. But that is also, like, why I love the new game so much, because there's so many options with clothes. Back then, there was not much.
Oh my god, no, there was nothing. Whereas now, like, I can just go on Pinterest and I can just try and recreate an outfit. Obviously, it won't be perfect because we are still limited to, like, okay, well, you have t-shirts, and you have blouses, and you have crop tops. Like, you can't, like, layer or anything, but you can still get a general, like, vibe or aesthetic, whereas back in the day, like, if it wasn't joppers and a t-shirt or a jumper, you're screwed. Like, you couldn't even begin to recreate that outfit.
That beanie.
Oh, the beanie.
The black and white beanie. Oh my god.
Shout out to her.
Know, if you're a little bit different like me, I had the grey one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like that.
Well,
I had the grey one on.
I had no fashion sense. I would rock up to Steve's farm, unironically in the full Golden Hills Valley bright orange set. And I saw no issue with that. I was like, I'm serving.
Okay.
I'd be like, okay, I'm giving right now. And I don't think I was.
Okay.
I don't think because I had the shortest bob as well, like the brown short bob, and I had like the narrow glasses.
The bob works.
Yeah.
I don't play about bobs.
No, you don't.
B.O.B. so they call
you Bob.
You know, I love my bob.
Yeah,
I've always got
and no
a bob
one
on.
will take that away from you.
I don't even have a bob in real life. I have really long hair, but you know,
you get to. The wonder of Star Stable is that you can experience a bob.
Exactly, and the grandma
That's what new Star Stable means to you.
That's what it means to me. Like, I can experience having a bob,
and that's really all we could ever ask for.
Exactly. Also, with the new game, like, I just want to level up my account. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to be a high. Like, I saw someone that's level 26 the other day.
Did that make you mad?
I got really. I'm level 23. I'm almost 24. But the thing is, I never did the things in between. I never came on for events. Like, I would not play for 2 years, then come on for a month, and then leave it for another year, and then come on.
Yeah.
It was very choppy. I would, like, not be there for a lot of things. If I was there for all the events, oh my god, I'd be like level 25 halfway through.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
I don't play about quests.
No.
I don't.
No, you don't.
But the events became really repetitive, and I just couldn't. Just didn't go on.
No, I didn't. Even in the last few years, I feel like the last few years for events have been a bit crazy because they kind of said one thing about how they were gonna add like story quests to the 4 major events of the year, and then they just didn't do that. And now they've just come out and said, yeah, we're not gonna do that. But I mean, yeah, so that's why I didn't play that much this year, like throughout the summer and stuff, because I just kind of gave up with that. But at least now they appear to know what the plan is. I guess they just, you know, I don't really fault them. Like last year they had this big idea. They were like, okay, let's put story quests in the limited events. And for whatever reason, that just must not have worked out. I don't know what that reason is. I genuinely don't think they'd turn around and just, like, scrap it for no reason. Because otherwise, why would they have announced it? So, you know, obviously I'm annoyed, but at least now they've spoken about it and said, like, okay, well, that didn't work. We're not doing that. And then I'm just like, well, okay, then I won't expect you to do it. So I won't get mad when you don't do it. Because I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
So, it was annoying, but I guess...
The thing is, when they change developers, I think they have been more vocal about what their plans are, which is really good.
No,
I really like that because I get very excited.
New Star Stable to me means the monthly blog posts. I am seated every time.
I think this also is a good segue onto like the discourse. Surrounding new versus old Star Stable, because let's face it, like, new Star Stable, it just is a better game.
No, it is.
The developers are better.
I'm sorry.
They are so much better. And people get very angry. And you know what? I stand with the Star Stable Enterprise because they're doing what they can. People are horrible to them. That's not okay.
No.
I'm not about to go and, lick their bum. I'm not about to do that
that's...
because, sometimes they do mess things up, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But they're honest. They're real.
Yeah.
And that's all I can ask for.
That's one thing about me, because I'll hold my hands up and admit I go through a lot of phases with how I feel about Star Stable, depending on just the state of the current game, because you have to admit the state kind of fluctuates a lot, even within the space of a year. Sometimes it just goes through dips and peaks, but like that's normal for any game, to be honest. So like sometimes I will be in Star Stable hater mode. I'm sorry, I will. But one thing about me is even if I'm in that mode, I'm never going to feel the need to comment on their Instagram or email them being
I hate you!
I hate you! You've ruined my childhood! Why do you do this to me?
Bring back the old graphics now!
Bring back the fjords, or I will harm someone. Like, that thought does not cross my mind. If I'm mad at the game for whatever reason... No, they actually are. If I'm mad at the game for whatever reason that might be, I'll be mad, but I'll just think about it to myself and be like, this is annoying. I'm not going to play Star Stable for a while because I'm not enjoying it. And I'll go do something else. Until one day, I'll probably just wake up and be like, hey, I want to see what Star Stable is up to. And chances are, I'm going to be fine, I'm going to enjoy it again. So, just take a break. I think I said this in... It actually might be the last video on my channel before I kind of abandoned it for a year because I just didn't play Star Stable. Because, there you go, prime example. Sometimes I just don't play Star Stable for whatever reason. But, I think in the last video I literally said, sometimes you guys just, you just take a break. I'm so sorry. And I know that, hurts to hear because the reason why people get so mad at Star Stable is genuinely just because they love the game and want to love it because they see the potential. But it's I don't know, I'm sorry, but sometimes the only actual answer, and it's so cliche, but just log off and touch grass. I'm really sorry.
And can I be very real for a second?
Can we
just get in that mindset?
Mm-hmm.
I'm being very honest.
Mm-hmm.
I love Star Stable. I've never been a Star Stable hater. Mm-hmm. I've never thought I hate this game. I want them to bring back old Star Stable right now because I know myself that I would not enjoy the game as I did as a child
this is true.
Because I'm almost 20. I'm not going to enjoy it as I did.
No.
And I think people who hate on the game so much, they still play. I don't play and I don't hate on the game. The reason why I don't play isn't because I hate the game. If you hate the game that much, just boycott it. Why do you still play? Why do you buy star coins? Why do you express this hatred when you're not willing to change for it?
It's the absolute worst thing. I will see people, not naming anyone, but I see people in the game that will be in the comments I hate this horse, or I hate that you've released this horse. Why are you releasing so many horses? Blah blah blah. And then I'll log on and I see them on the new horse, and I'm just well, the cognitive dissonance is crazy.
Because it is a bit crazy.
I don't know, just you people confuse me, and I'm not an SSO bum licker either. I don't want to be sat here defending them to the ends of the earth.
We're not White Knights.
We're not White Knights. They're a massive multi-million-dollar corporation. I don't care for them like that. I care for obviously the developers, the actual people, but I'm not gonna be sat here defending that company with my life. But some of you guys make me kind of have to because you're a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is, because the more backlash they get from updates that they have probably spent on, the Hollow Woods update is amazing.
Oh.
It's so
really
good.
Though they upped the cost and now I'm mad.
Did they?
Yeah, they've tripled how much it costs to do the unlock.
It's okay. I've finished everything but one level, so
you
I'm okay. I'm safe. But the thing is, it's such a good update, but people in the comments are well, why are the leaves on the ground brown when the leaves on the trees are green? My boyfriend does not play Star Stable, but I was saying to him, I was why would they say that? Are they idiots?
Yeah.
Of course the leaves on the ground are going to be brown because they've fallen off the tree, they're dead. Why are we picking that out? You could maybe say about, there's a bug when you finish a rune, your game freezes. Yeah. That's okay.
That's annoying.
That happens to me.
And also, the once you unlock the one that gives you horse XP, the wisps didn't work for a bit. They fixed that now, though.
And you did get 20 wisps when I should have got 40 for about a week, but that's okay.
Yeah.
No, not a week, like 2 days, but they fixed that.
Yeah.
They fixed those things.
They
They're
fixed
done.
it.
But why are we talking about the leaves on the ground?
Yeah, well that's the thing, like, people are just searching for a reason to be mad.
They really are, but I think, like, when they have so much backlash from these updates, when the backlash is just so minuscule, like, it just shouldn't be a thing, they're not going to want to develop the game. Well, they're just going to quit.
Yeah, and also, well, in the other way, like, no offense, if I'm working at Star Stable and the only any form of criticism the game gets is just this person, like, really emotional and heated and, like, a personal thing, not just, like, constructive criticism, I'm not gonna listen to any of you anymore. I don't care what any of you have to say, because apparently all you have to say to me is that I've ruined your childhood and that you want me dead. So it's like, well, okay, I'm just gonna do what the boss tells me to. I don't care. I
think there's so much content on every platform that Star Stable is on, like, specifically TikTok, and I feel like it's gonna be very obvious.
I could do a whole podcast episode about TikTok Star Stable by myself.
I think we should just generally about Star Stable TikTok. That would be fun, because there are a lot of, like, thirst trappers, which is very interesting.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. That can be a whole thing.
That's a whole other
specifically thing. Related to this, there are a lot of accounts based around old Star Stable.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are genuinely constructive. Like, I watch it and I'm like, this is true. They are saying very true things. Mm-hmm. But I think because there's such an overwhelming amount of, like, negative content on there related to the new game, that it just becomes, like, it feels like laborious playing the game, because it's like, oh, I shouldn't be enjoying this, because nobody enjoys it.
Yeah, like, that's the thing for me, especially with, like, new updates. It's like, the thing is, when you log on a Wednesday, like now, and I'll be like, this is a fun update, I like this update, and I go check their Instagram or, like, the SSO embassy or whatever, like, Discord server, and everyone is being miserable. I'm just like, oh, yeah, now I feel a bit miserable.
Like, oh.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, well, maybe I should be sad. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I'm, like, rethinking everything. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the worst is when, like, sometimes I'll end up agreeing with them, and it's like, well, if I'd never spoken to you people, I wouldn't have seen this one minute flaw that you've picked out. But,
yeah.
Like, now you've pointed it out to me, and I am slightly annoyed, but, like, if people just, I don't know, weren't so picky and just complain about everything, I wouldn't have even noticed it. It would not have affected me.
I don't know where this culture came from, though.
I really don't know. I just think
it doesn't really happen on any other game.
I think with Star Stable, it's just a lot of it is just the nostalgia, and I don't know.
I think it.
Sorry.
I feel like it could be just the people on the game.
I think it's just, like, the kind of audience Star Stable attracts.
It sounds really bad.
This does sound bad.
But the thing is, like, the game is very revolved around, oh, you have to have drama with people.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's the only thing to do sometimes. It's funny.
That is the only thing to do. It's funny, but I feel like, because that is the only thing you can do on the game sometimes, like, I understand why people do it, but I feel like that is where the culture kind of comes from.
Yeah.
Because that's the audience that kind of gathered.
I do remember Global just being heated even when I was, like, 12, for just no reason.
It's always been like that.
It's always been heated for no reason. Which,
like, I feel like
there you go.
The older players, or the older players who are adults, and whether they've played the game when they were younger or not, they are always the ones that don't have a lot to say.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the people who haven't actually played since 2013 who want Old Star Stable to come back. Like, they might have started in 2016, which is fine, because, you know, I played a lot in 2016. Like, that is, like, the core memory of Star Stable for me, but I did start when it was very new, when I was very young.
Yeah.
And that is, like, what people want to come back. But personally, I don't really want that to come back, because I only remember it. It couldn't have been that good.
Yeah, well, this is what I want to say, is, like, people will be like, I want Old Star Stable back, I want Old Star Stable back, like, nothing will ever be Old Star Stable. Genuinely, if someone made a version, like how World of Warcraft did on Warcraft Classic, someone did that for Star Stable, I can guarantee you that a good, like, 75% of that population, who that's all they ever want, and that's all they ever say, is they want Old Star Stable back, they would play for maybe, like, 30 minutes, and be like, yeah, this is how I remembered it, and log off.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
I don't know you're missing the experiences you had in Old Star Stable. You don't miss actual Old Star Stable itself. If we were to plant you in Old Star Stable and you just wandered around Steve's, you'd be like, yep, this is Old Steve's. Because it wouldn't be that exciting because you're not having the same experiences.
You know what? I genuinely think this is like the best way to look at it. And like whenever I do get a bit nostalgic, this is just what I think about. If Star Stable was like, okay guys, for April Fools, we're gonna revert the game back to Old Star Stable, but you can't see anyone. There's no one to interact with. You can't see anyone. There's no clubs. There's nothing. It's just you in Old Star Stable. I wouldn't play. I'd be like, what's
okay,
that
cool.
about? I'd be angry. I'd be like, okay, where are my friends? But that's why we miss Old Star Stable, not because of the actual game. It's because we had our friends there.
Yeah.
And the people who are angry, they probably don't have that community that we had back then.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I think I went through like a big Star Stable hating phase when I was the only one left playing. This was sort of when I turned like 18, I think. So I was like an adult player, but I was completely alone on the game, and I would hate it to the end of the day. Like that's all I did. I was on like Discord, I was on everything being like, this update is awful, like Star Stable doesn't care about us, and blah 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 blah. And like I hated it. But now I have Veriforce and other people that I play with. No offense, the game is basically the exact same as it was back then when I was mad. The only difference now is I have a solid group of friends that I can play with. And I don't even like think about hating Star Stable most of the time. I'm like, this is a fun game with my friends. I'm so happy.
Yeah, and there are other clubs on our server that like we know very well that they do not comment on the Instagram posts, or the members don't comment on the Instagram posts.
Everyone
because
active.
They have friends.
Yeah, everyone active on the game that we know, you'll never see them in there, in those comment sections or in servers.
They actually have like friends on the game. Yeah, they're enjoying it because their friends are there.
Yeah, this sounds like we're just like bullying people with no friends.
That's not what it is. I think it's like a lack of a community for these people. Like,
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're very, very lucky, because I was trying to find this for years.
I think it's just like people who played Old Star Stable, they just need to join our club. #ad.
So true. #ad. This is sponsored the entire time. If you're on American servers, move. Make a new account. Use a VPN.
If you're on any other server, I'll make you an account.
Yeah.
I got you.
We've got you. Join Veriforce.
No, but like, I feel like all of us in our club, like, we all come back now because we have like people to play with. But I wouldn't do that if I didn't have anyone to play with, because I'd be stuck with 15-year-olds. I don't want to do that. Well,
exactly. It was like how even this year, because obviously Veriforce, as adults, we like sometimes we'll just go through phases where we don't play the game, not because we hate it, we're just busy doing other things. So like over the summer, a lot of people didn't play as much. Like, people have jobs, and like especially when you're off uni, like, I'm sorry, you're not going to be on Star Stable, you're going to be with your friends and family because you're back home. And for me, I was working at a zoo, I didn't really have that much time, but when I did have free time, like, I'd play a little bit, but not everyone would come on. But that's fine, because I just do the update, and I'd be like, alright, I'll log off. And I didn't have that kind of, like, expectation to have the greatest time of my life, because I'm like, well, everyone's busy. But then I know in my heart, like, we're all going to come back at some point. And we need to actually do a whole psychoanalysis on why older players come back to play Star Stable in, like, autumn. Throughout Christmas. Yeah.
I think it's genuinely just because of nostalgia.
I think it is, because I think the winter months,
Christmassy.
Yeah, it does.
I started playing at Christmas, so do remember it like a lot. And even my mum says, "Oh, Star Stable, it's such a Christmas game." It is.
Oh, it is. But yeah,
it just is, and I think that is like a kind of why I enjoy the game so much now, is because like a lot of what I do now on the game is reminiscent of what I used to do when I was younger, and I still enjoy it. It's different, obviously, but it's good different. And obviously there are improvements, and I do have criticisms of the game, but they're not related to the old game. They are just what could have. Okay, there are some that are related to what used to happen, but that's got nothing to do with the old game. It's got nothing to do with what happened when I was young. I genuinely think people are just nostalgic. They don't actually want Old Star Stable back.
No, I think that as well, but that's the difficult thing, because it's just purely emotion based. So how do you have a discussion with someone who's like, you know, they're hell-bent on wanting Star Stable back, they don't want to listen to you, but like, how do you have that kind of discussion with them to try and tell them, like, you know, like all the points that we've just made, because they're not going to want to hear it because they're just so emotionally charged. And I can't blame them for that, because I've been there. But that's why I think the Star Stable community is the way that it is, and it's so like heated all the time. It's because there's no room for discussion, which I think is what I did a video on that, how like there's no nuance. You just kind of pick a side. You either love Star Stable or you hate it, kind of thing, because there's no easy way to have like, you know, a nice discussion with like critical analysis about the game and how you feel about it, because it's so emotionally charged. And when people are emotional, no offense, they're not going to think critically. And that's not a dig at anyone, because like I've been there. That was me. Sometimes it is still me if I'm in a bad mood about Star Stable. You know, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I hate this update. Catch me in a few days, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Or next week.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think like I was annoyed when they kept bringing out horses and no new quests.
Oh no, me too.
That was annoying.
That was a
because
bad
I didn't have star coins to buy them. That was bad.
I did, and I was just like, I'm just bored though, because I've just bought the horse. Now what do I do?
Yeah, but the thing is like, they have actually changed from that, and it's not just that.
No, they have. I think it's a very recent change though.
It is, like, that was still happening like a year ago.
Yeah,
but,
even like early this year.
Yeah, like January, February, March. But now it's changed. Like, they have actually listened to the players, which is a good thing that the company does do. Like, they do actually listen.
Yeah, I mean,
even if they're being shouted at, they do listen.
Yeah,
but the thing is, and I think this is where the fault is that it's impossible for the company and the developers and anyone that's like to do with working on updates for the game. They can't bring out an update that's going to fix your emotions. They're not going to do that. There is an active change you need to make as a player to actually enjoy the game again. It's not the game's fault. If some people are enjoying it and some people aren't, that's not the game's fault. That's a perspective thing.
It's just subjective,
And if people still play the game, that's not because like, that's not because the game's bad. Like, people are playing it because it's still a good game. It's just that people don't like it because of their perspective.
Yeah.
I think once that changes, you're gonna be fine. Like, for you, like when you had more friends that played it or people the same age, that's when you started to enjoy it again.
Yeah.
But that wasn't just the game decided to make an update where your friends come on.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
No.
Oh, this week's update, this roadmap.
Is Katarina Disco Lord will log on.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, yes!
Yeah, that's not what happened.
No.
I just came on because I felt like it one day.
Yeah, and I was just... It was such a crazy night. That was insane.
Yeah, everyone was just on.
Everyone! And everyone said it was their first night on. I was the only one that was still a regular.
Yeah, and we all just came on. I just invited everyone to Fairy Falls because I still had it under my name.
Oh.
But like, I don't know, like, that's just like an active change that people need to make. It's like, you can message your friends and be like, oh, come on. If they don't, that's not your fault.
No, that's not your fault.
They just don't want to.
No.
But that is not Star Stable's fault.
No, it's really not. But
they can't bring out an update that fixes everything.
No.
They can't do that. And the updates they are going to bring out, think about it realistically, they're never going to bring out an update that's going to be like, oh, Old Star Stable. They're not going to do that. Yeah. So no matter how much you ask them, it's not going to do anything. So just be happy about it.
Yeah.
Like, I could sit here and mope and be like, oh, I miss the fog. I don't.
No, you don't.
I actually don't. I don't.
Actually don't care.
Oh, I miss the looking Golden Hills. I don't.
Yeah.
I was angry. I was like, I'm not looking it. I'm annoyed. I want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And like running around Golden Hills for the first time. Like, that will never happen again. You'll never have that experience again until they bring out a new area. Shouting at them is not going to be. They're not going to erase your memory.
No.
They're not going to bring out a roadmap.
And
week 2, all your friends come back. Week 3, your memory's erased. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, and no offense, with the state the community is in, a lot of people's mindset, even if they did bring out a new area, you still wouldn't enjoy it because you're in this like constant defense mode where you're just going to point out any minor thing you don't like. Case in point, brown leaves on the floor. Like, you didn't even try to enjoy it.
If they like even brought out, obviously it'd be a developing nightmare, but if they brought it back for April Fools, people would still complain.
Yeah.
Like, that would be good, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if they did that for April Fools, that would be a good idea.
Do you remember when everyone was complaining that they want the snow back, and then last year they gave us the snow back, and then they're like, okay,
turn it on and off.
Yeah, and then everyone was, and then they were like, okay, the snow is going now, and everyone was like, no, I want to keep the snow. So they're like, okay, the snow is staying until like February, and then everyone was like, actually, no, I don't want the snow. You've ruined my life. It's like, what?
I know.
Also, you could just turn it off.
They're not like. People just think they're not your parents.
No, it's like,
you
this is a really hard
take.
pill to swallow, but Star Stable does not owe you anything. Because they are a company, so I don't actually know why you're expecting that anyway.
Obviously, they're good for a company of a game.
Well, actually, okay, take it back. They kind of do owe you something if you're paying. But you know what I mean. They don't owe you that nostalgic experience that you're trying to get, because they physically can't give you it.
You pay for what they give you, and you know what they're giving you, so...
Yeah, so if you're still paying, then, like, well, that's on you.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
I bought Lifetime in 2015.
Yeah. I actually only bought mine in, like, 2019, because I was that poor as a child.
I think I got it for my birthday.
I used my bursary from the sick form.
Stop it. That's clever.
They were like, here's like £120 for the term, this is for like your stationery, like bus tickets will be reimbursed, but you know, it's stationery and like everything else. And I was just like, I'm finally getting Lifetime at the age of 17.
Oh, I had to convince my mum. I was like, yeah, but if you just get it now, you'll save so much money in the long run.
Well, think how much money she has saved.
Yeah, this is true.
She saved a lot of money.
That was my advertisement.
It was a good one.
That was all the way back then, and I'm still paying.
Yeah, because I actually saw a post on Reddit that's kind of relevant. Like, someone said, like, is this a hot take, but I don't think Star Stable is money hungry, and they're like, at least not as much as they were before. And people were pointing out that, like, Lifetime is a really good deal, actually. Like, genuinely.
It is.
Because I didn't have this perspective before. I used to think, like, oh my god, it's so expensive. It's like, what is it for us? Like, 55 quid? But it's like sort of $60, 65, whatever over there. But, like, it's a lot of money. That's a big chunk of money. That's like a AAA game. And so people's argument is, like, so it needs to act like a AAA game. Nah, I don't know about that one. But, you know, it's still a big chunk of money. But at least we have that option, because I didn't know that World of Warcraft, okay, shout out to my boyfriend Ryan, he told me, World of Warcraft, there is no lifetime option. You have to just keep paying, like, monthly, 3 months, or, like, yearly. And even when you're paying to play the game, so say you've paid for, like, a year, I don't know how much that is, but it's a lot. Say you've paid for the entire year, they come out with a new expansion, right? So, like, a whole new load of quests, a new area, whatever. Like, if you want to continue the story, you have to play that. You have to pay that on top, which is usually, like, 30 quid.
That's a lot.
So even if you've paid for the expansion, like 30 quid, and then you stop playing your membership, you can't play it. You can't use what you've just paid for.
Yeah.
You have to pay again. So, because he was shocked when he saw Lifetime, he was like, oh my god, you guys get Lifetime? And I was just like, yeah, is that not normal? Like, I thought...
And it's half price.
Yeah, and it was half price, so Calamity Bunny Man said, charge my card, like, pay now. So, like, he was shocked by that. And I was shocked the other way, because I was like, why don't you have it? Like, when he said he's been playing Warcraft since he was, like, God knows how young, I just assumed, like, his dad bought it for him once, and he's just had it ever since. Maybe that was me being ignorant, but, like, I was like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, you guys are in the trenches. He was like, yeah, no. And I was like, I thought I was in the trenches. And you can have your own opinion on...
it good.
Yeah, you can have your opinion on the price of Lifetime. Sure, but...
I think we should do an episode about that.
Yeah. But that's my take on it. Like, kind of lucky in that regard. I'm not saying Star Stable gives stuff out for free and it's like a charity by any means, but you know, compared to Warcraft, we're kind of balling.
We are, and I think
and they get updates every week.
Exactly. It's a good game. Like, there's good progression in the game. Like, what you pay for is what you get. I feel like there isn't a lot to complain about, but people do because they miss old Star Stable, which I just think is wrong. Or they miss like, I don't know, like a year ago. And it's not actually the old players that are complaining, it's the people who started playing like 2016.
No, this is
2018.
True.
They're like, oh, I miss old Steve's farm. You don't.
No.
It was an ugly paddock, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
You miss people standing there in club lines.
Yeah. And
you have a paddock.
You can still do that.
There's a paddock.
You can
and
still
it's a circle.
stand.
It's a circle, that's cooler.
It's even better, yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like. No, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, just to reiterate my point, Star Stable's biggest flaw, but also the best thing, is just it is a multiplayer game. And I think it depends who you surround yourself with is how you're going to enjoy the game, because it's not even just like, obviously if you're on your own, you're more likely to not enjoy it, but also if you get stuck in an echo chamber of people who hate it, you're gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate it. Because that's sort of what happened to me as well. Yeah, it's like, it's a pipeline. Like, obviously I was on my own for those few years and I didn't have the best time, but it would be so much worse when I actually did try and join in communities online, because everyone was just so negative. And then I'd become negative. And obviously there are things to be negative about in the game. Again, I'm not here to kiss Star Stable's butt, but, you know, some people take it a bit too far, I think.
Especially with the old versus new.
Especially in this regard, yeah.
I think that is, like, the most hated on thing in the game. For no reason as well, because we can think about it, like, if you genuinely think about it, like, people are not gonna miss old Star Stable. If it came back, you won't.
No.
It's just not the same because of the people. And it is an MMO. That's what it is. That's what it says on the tin.
Yeah, you weren't duped.
Yeah, that's what it says.
You were not lied to.
I don't know, I just feel like...
Is there anything Star Stable can do to ever, like, fix this gap between people?
No.
I don't think there is. Like, I'm trying to think.
Like I said, they can't bring out an update where they're like, oh, you're gonna be 12 again.
Yeah.
They just can't.
If they could, the FBI would be like, what?
Yeah.
The government's like, where did you get this technology?
They're not going to release the roadmap where, like, week 1, you're 12. Week 2, all your friends have come back. Week 3, your memory's been erased in the game. It's like exactly how it was.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Week 3, you have no responsibilities because you're 8 years old.
Yeah, number 4, you're going back to primary school.
Yeah.
They cannot.
You're going to learn your phonics.
Yeah, they just can't. So I don't, like, know what people expect.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how could we close this podcast on, like, a positive note or, like, ideas for the future, but I just don't think there are any.
There aren't. I guess, like, an April Fool's would be a good idea.
It would be funny.
For me. That would be quite good. It would be a nightmare.
Sometimes,
because of bugs and stuff, but...
Sometimes I think, like, they could just, like, make some little jokes on, like, the social media about, like, referencing old Star Stable, but the thing is, they couldn't even do that in good faith because no one would take the joke. They'd just get mad in the comments. Like, I feel like if they just posted, like, a video of old Star Stable being, like, a joke, or, like, who remembers the orange cow, you know, something along those lines, people wouldn't even be in the comments like, haha, yes, I remember, what good times. They'd literally be in the comments like, how dare you bring this up after everything you've ever done to this game. I cannot be like, I hate you. Like, do you know what I mean? No one, even if they referenced Old Star Stable, no one would get together and have this fun moment of just like, oh, reminiscing, like, oh, this is so great, I'm so glad Star Stable, like, recognized, like, how far we've all come, oh, this is so fun. They'd literally just be, like, typing death threats. So, what do we do?
I feel like genuinely there is nothing to do except for wait for people to enjoy it again.
Which is so sad.
And I feel like they have been making the effort to make people enjoy it again. The Hollow Woods, which was just last week, that was amazing. Like, it was impeccable. That was so good. And I'm saying that as like an old player.
Yeah.
Like,
we are veterans.
that's like, yeah, we have a decade of experience.
It's true.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I like that they're updating areas.
No,
I look
I
at
do.
Steve in his old NPC form,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Like, I like that it's being updated because it's like, oh, this game has longevity still. Like, I could be 13
it's progressing.
still playing.
Yeah, no offense. If it still looked the same, I'd be like, we are
austerity.
under threat that it will be shut down at any moment.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't
Exactly.
update areas in the game and whatever if they didn't think that it would be lasting another, like, at least a year, but like a good 2 years. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe longer.
Yeah, maybe even longer.
Because these things will probably have been in the planning
they
for like
have to do
several
like
years.
budget plans and everything, don't they? So
Yeah.
you
And
know.
the things they say to us that are going to come out and then they do, like, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
For us as players, like, if you want to see the game progress, I just don't think you should hate on it. Because then the game will be gone and you won't know what you had, and then you'll just be complaining about the fact it's gone.
That's so true.
And then what will we have? Star Stable Online rewritten, and that's just going to be worse. And people just complain about that.
So bad.
Like, that just could never happen. So I personally, I just think people just need to be like kinder about the way they go about things.
I think they just need to not take it so seriously. That sounds so bad, because I know, like,
Yeah.
you know, people are passionate. I don't want to just turn around and be like, just shut up. But like, I don't know, it's not really that serious.
I understand when people are passionate for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And sometimes they are.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the horses coming out every week.
Yeah, that was
that's
serious.
fair.
Like, financial
That's
stuff.
very fair.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. I'm on the front lines. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm standing with you. Hashtag ride with us. But like,
Stop.
for just, yeah, the people that will just complain regardless, then
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm really sorry, but I just
Also, I
don't think
very
it's
understand
that
complain
deep.
about the ride with us thing.
Oh,
Can we
yeah,
just say that?
we're joking about
Like,
it, but
we've
that is
thrown
bad.
in that hashtag a few times. That was very bad.
Yeah, we don't stand with that.
That was a thing.
That was a whole thing.
But there's things that the game does that are very bad. But the things that the game's been doing recently are very good.
Exactly.
I can't complain.
No,
So
I feel like Star Stable, you just need to keep an open mind. You're not gonna like every single update because there's one every week. That's so many. Statistically, you're not gonna enjoy them all. So just
I think this is true.
Yeah.
And I don't enjoy every update.
No,
but
I
I'm
don't.
like, okay, next week might be better.
Yeah.
The fact it's every week, you know, you can have hope. Not false hope. And I'm quite glad to say that they don't give us false hope.
No. That's why I quite like the roadmaps that they give us now, because I know in advance if I'm gonna just be bored this month, and if I am, then I just won't play. Because then when I come back the next month, I have, 4 weeks worth of stuff to do. It might not be a lot if I've not bothered, because it's clearly gonna be a bit of a filler month that they do, but they do those for good reason. They have other stuff to be doing. At least we actually get something. And if you just let it accumulate and do it when there's an actual good update that you're interested in, then you have more content. So, yeah, I think that's another thing. I think people play a bit too often, which,
Overconsumption.
a little bit.
That's a problem generally.
Yeah.
Like, not just with the game, like in everyday
In
life, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I think it's very applicable here.
I think it is. But I understand being upset if you see the roadmap and you think, oh, this is a boring month, because you want to play.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
That's a good thing if you want to play.
It's just when you're upset about everything, even if it's good. Like the leaves on the floor.
We're just keep going back to the leaves on the floor.
I'm sorry. I don't really speak to my boyfriend about Star Stable that much, but that actually got me a bit pressed.
You were apt up.
I was like angry. I was sitting there shaking. I was like, oh my god. Like, I can't. That was the last straw. But that's invalid. But there are valid grievances that people have. That's okay.
Yeah. I think in conclusion, I like old Star Stable for what it was, and I like new Star Stable for what it is and what it will be. because they're two different entities in my brain.
They are. I mean, they generally are, because the new developers.
Are. Well, yeah, exactly. Like, it's literally a whole new team.
Yeah.
Where is Game Master Archie? Where's he at?
Where's Archie?
Where's Archie?
Game Master B. Game Master B on the blog posts. But I do like New Star Stable. I really like New Star Stable. I get excited for the new updates. I get excited to hang out with my friends, and that's exactly what Old Star Stable was to me. It was just a bit different.
Yeah.
And I am nostalgic, obviously. That's like a raw emotion. Everyone gets that.
Yeah, you can't just turn that off.
But that doesn't override what I feel now. That's not.
That's exactly how I feel. Like, obviously, I'm still nostalgic. I feel like there's this idea that everyone who still enjoys Star Stable, like, they're not nostalgic in the slightest, so that's why they like it, kind of thing. But you can be both. You can be both, because I'm nostalgic. Obviously, if I'm in that kind of mood and a video comes up of Old Star Stable, I'm gonna click like. I'm gonna comment like, oh, what a time. But
like those old Christmas YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I do watch those.
Yeah, but I'm also then like 10 minutes later gonna log on Star Stable now and have a grand old time. You can do both.
Exactly.
You can do both. It's difficult to get there for some people, and like I understand that because it was for me. But there's hope, guys. There's hope. This is a inspirational message. There is still hope.
There really is. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a good discussion.
The
I think this concludes the episode. I want to know what everyone listening thinks. Maybe, what if they like disagree?
If they get this far.
Yeah, this is true. Well, Fairy Force will.
That's okay.
We'll get like 10 views from Fairy Force members. Let's go!
Yes. But I think if people disagree, that's okay, because everyone's entitled to.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't want to be one of those like Star Stable YouTubers where it's like, if you disagree with me, then like you hate me and my channel. Hold on, no. Like, I love discussion. This is the uni student coming out in me, like final year uni. Let me critically discuss with you, please.
Yeah.
Like, I love a little discussion.
There are things that Star Stable needs to do to improve the game, but that is like separate to this argument.
Exactly, yeah.
And we can discuss that in other episodes.
Oh, we will.
We plan to.
We will.
We plan to. But I feel like this is just very pressing right now for the community. Like, people, it's a very big topic.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it has been for a long time, and I think it just will continue to be, because as we say, there's no cure for nostalgia. You just have to kind of, I was gonna say manage it. It sounds like you actually have something wrong with you. You don't. I'm sorry.
But manage it. Please.
Manage it and mitigate it.
And not in the comment sections.
Like, go to therapy. Don't comment on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, use this comment section.
Use this as a safe space.
But yeah, I think that's what it is. Also, if anyone has ideas for other episodes,
this is true. This is true.
Or even if you're just saying something and you say something of note, we could just steal that.
Exactly. We will be lurking and we will be stealing anything that you say in the comments.
We will.
And we will probably also be bringing in some more guests, so it won't just be us two. What if they hate us?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well.
They're allowed to.
Yeah, that's fine actually. And kind
of
reasonable, I would say. For me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hate you. Oh my god. That was so Nintendo-esque. But yeah, new people coming soon.
This is so true. This is so true. We have a lot of ideas. I think this podcast.
And they're veterans as well.
Yes, don't worry. We're qualified. We vet everyone. We do an interview.
Yes.
We get your CV.
DBS check.
We're DBS checking. Do you have the right to work? Do you have any convictions?
We're doing this.
Don't worry. This is a professional establishment. The Zoe Evening Haven YouTube channel. So that concludes today's episode, the first ever episode. Please let us know what you thought. Give it, actually, like, if there's genuine criticism, give it to us, please, for the love of God. Hopefully everything was alright, and I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next episode. Ta-da. I'm so excited. This is gonna be so fun.
I'm so excited. This is a recurring thing.
This is a recurring thing!
This is not a one-off.
This is not!
But yeah.
Thank you, everyone, so much for getting to this point. I actually don't know how long we've been talking. I don't think. So.
Quite a while. But that's okay.
And thank you so much, and we will see you so soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Bye.
You're bigger than the whole sky.